Hey, what's up guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going up towards the International Space Station where near one of the rocket launches we've had here this month, it was a couple of weeks ago, observations were made by Rick and STACEY. They noticed what appear to be UFOs in the background. One of these UFOs is quite large, as you're going to see in this video, noticed by Rick, who was observing the rocket launch as it was headed towards the International Space Station. Also in this video, I've got a brand new picture slideshow, new sky phenomena photos sent in from all around the world. But first, here at the website, quick look at the Schumann resonance, and you can see a little bit of activity once again in the past 24 hours. Not quite as intense as what we saw about 48 hours ago, and the signature in the data was round. I'd never seen that before. This one here is more vertical, like we're used to seeing, not quite as strong. Sometimes we see this thing go from top to bottom, but right now, all in all, everything's pretty quiet. Now, following the CME that was headed towards planet Earth, expecting a rendezvous not until tonight into the early morning hours of tomorrow, arrived early, sparked a G1 geomagnetic storm that didn't last very long, just about 6 hours, spiked for about 3, and then it slowly tapered off as this thing apparently gained speed, or I don't know, it wasn't quite as big as what they thought it was, but either way, it arrived early, it's gone, and now we're looking at possibly some more activity in the coming days. That's more than likely related to a upcoming Earth-facing coronal hole. There was some activity right over here. That active region that sparked the CME erupted once again, and it almost looked like, if you watch real close, watch over here on the lower right-hand side as it's turning away from the Earth, that active region right there, you can see it erupted again, and it almost looked like it created another smaller solar tsunami. So that was a very powerful little active region that is now turning away from planet Earth. But we do have a upcoming coronal hole that's going to be turning towards the Earth here in the next 48 hours. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano, you can see a little bit of earthquake activity once again on some of the seismographs. That's what these red vertical lines are. Those are small earthquakes. And you can see one at Soda Butte, Parker Peak. Got a couple scattered over here through the north central part of the caldera. A little bit of activity once again over here at the east entrance. That has been persistent here for the last several weeks. But overall, pretty quiet at the supervolcano. Nothing major going on. And besides, I would expect a little bit of activity over here. After all, it is a supervolcano. Over here at moongiant.com, today's moon phase is 96% illumination. That would be a waxing gibbous moon, less than 2 days away from the first super full moon of 2021. Now we're going to go up and take a look at these unidentified objects near these recent space launches. This was a couple of weeks ago. Rick from the United Kingdom noticed these objects underneath the rocket that was headed towards the space station. And here's what's unique about this observation. I'm going to play it again. You're going to see one come from the bottom, moving at a much higher rate of speed and at a different angle. See it right here? We saw one of those the other day that was not too far from the space station as an astronaut was out doing a walk. Now see right there? See right here as I'm pulling it back and forth? You can see this one's moving at a much higher rate of speed. So I was thinking, okay, if these were some sort of ice particles, and fairly good sized ones at that, falling off of the rocket, they would all be moving the same direction and most likely the same general speed. This one here is at a much different speed, much higher speed, and is going an entirely different direction, so I don't think they're associated. Here's another look at another object coming in from right to left. There it goes. This one here seems to be a little bit bigger, and it just seems to be kind of tumbling. I don't know what that was. It's hard to tell. Here's where it gets interesting. Watch down here. You're going to see something large and definitely intelligently designed. That wasn't just some random piece of ice. That thing looked like a large, as Rick said, looked like a large bow and arrow. How about that? I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to enhance this video footage. I'm not going to alter it in any way. I never do. I'm just going to enhance it to try to get a better look at whatever this may be. You can totally tell that is of intelligent design, but what is it? Is it part of the spacecraft here that we're watching? Is this something that fell off? Is that part of some other craft that's in space? What were the other smaller things that were in front of what we're looking at right now? Have no idea. I'm simply passing this observation along. You guys tell me what we're looking at here. And I can see what Rick meant by a bow and arrow shape. It definitely looks like a large bow and arrow just tumbling through space, visible on this camera. Good observation, Rick. Thanks for sharing. Here's yet another one. This was noticed by STACEY as the SOYUZ was docking at the ISS. Look up here in the upper left-hand corner. You can see another large, fairly large, white object just kind of tumble through the field of view. And that's a good ways away, so that's why I said it looks pretty large considering how far away that thing was. So once again, more activity in space, not far from the International Space Station. Got a brand new picture slideshow, new sky phenomena photos sent in from all around the world. Stephen out of California. Get a load of those spectacular lenticular clouds, would you? Almost look otherworldly. Stephen once again out of Lone Pine. Here's yet another one. This here looks like a ship parked in the sky, windows and all along the side, bottom very contoured. Those are generally created by wind, but that definitely looks like a ship moving through the sky. Carlos Skywatcher out of Portugal. You can find Carlos's YouTube channel, linked down below in the description box. Carlos catches some spectacular sunsets from Portugal. Fairfax, California, will notice what looked like a submarine moving through the sky above California. How about that? That is an incredible observation. He took this video as he was driving down the road, couldn't help but notice the unusual shape in the clouds. Rod out of Queensland, Australia. Notice some very ominous looking dark wavy clouds that look like a blanket, a wavy blanket at that, very low to the ground. Carolyn out of West Virginia. Got what looks like a blue cloud over there in front of the sun. Some darker what look like lenticular clouds here in the foreground. Skeeter out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Looks like something slid through the sky right there. Almost looks like a long snake went through the clouds, leaving behind a noticeable trail. And you can see another one here noticed by Violetta out of the Dominican Republic. See what looks like a serpent up in the sky? That's what compelled her to take the photo. And here she took this photo of what looked like louvers in the background, roll clouds from the Dominican Republic. Almost looks like the same exact sky noticed by YOKI out of New Zealand. And this would be clear down in the southern hemisphere, this here being in the northern hemisphere. Look like the same sky, right? How about that? That is quite a coincidence. Dominican Republic, New Zealand. Almost looks like the same identical sky. Good observations, guys. Robert, not sure of the location, but we have got some pure gold clouds in the sky. A couple of clouds here off by themselves that just looked out of place, look like skydivers in the sky. This here looks like a big vortex or something that's getting ready to spawn into a tornado. Don't know if it did. Photo here sent in by CAROLAS out of Germany. Got what looks like a bright cross in the sky. Here I just simply adjusted the lighting and color, and you can see what looks like a cross, very large cross in the sky. Same location, same day, different photographer, taken by Jace S, and you can see what looks like a cross on the surface of the sun, or at least that's how it came out in the photo. I don't think it was there literally, but that was quite a coincidence. You've got a larger version of a cross in the sky, same location, same day, and you've got what looks like a smaller cross right in front of the sun. Good observations, guys. Thanks for sharing. This last photo is not necessarily sky phenomena, but it's definitely unique. Sent in by Lori out of Oklahoma. She noticed a 6-leaf clover, and not only a 6-leaf clover, but a 5-leaf clover as well in the same location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Talk about mutants. And here's the 5-leaf clover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent observation. We see these every once in a while, but not very often. And I've seen an increase of these in the last couple of years. I've seen more in 2 years than I've seen in my entire life. Great observations, guys. Keep the photos coming. If you have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All of the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery at the website, and sometimes I'll use them in a video just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.